And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're here at the Beer Stube of Capital Brewery here in Middleton. We'll be talking to those folks later on in the program. Very exciting stuff.
It's not cold. We're just enjoying ourselves here.
Oh yeah, you have a hat on too, don't you?
Yes, I sure do.
Our next guest should be a very familiar face to you, Emily Ruzicka from Dawg, Dayz, Grooming and Care. Emily, how are you?
Good, how are you? Thanks for having me back.
Yeah,
Good to have you back.
Of course. So we've talked a little bit in the past about adopting dogs. You know, some people prefer to, when they think about adopting a dog, they say, well, I want to get a puppy. And some folks say, well, I'd prefer to get an older dog. What leads people to make either one of those decisions?
Yeah, good question.
Well, I think pretty much the best answer for that is just time. How much time and energy you have to exercise and provide activities for a younger dog that has a high level of need of running and playing and just interacting. An older dog would probably be fine with walks, maybe a trip to the park now and again, but a younger dog is going to need full-on engaging play all the time. So if you have that kind of time and you have the ability to work that into your schedule, definitely, because the dog wants to, it's just like the difference of a child and an adult, of the physical activity you need.
Maybe if you have a younger or a middle child that is in needing of dispersing some energy, you can team them up with the younger dog.
Yes.
Have the dog take the kid for a walk?
Exactly. And
Who's walking who?
And and that's a good question. It gets a good responsibility under the belt of the child too, so that's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about different size dogs and their different experiences and needs.
So certain dogs, because of their breed, are going to have interests in doing lap type running, like a huge lap around the park. We have one dog named Dawg that likes to take huge laps. It's because he's a German short hair and he needs to have that feeling of hunting and chasing. Another dog likes to chase a ball constantly because he's also a different kind of hunting breed, which needs to have that go get it, go get it, go get it constantly. So again, with adopting, being aware of age, breed, what their needs are is just helpful to get a good fit. So
it's kind of interesting. It goes back sort of to the history of what their breed was initially intended to do.
There's a lot of information out there, so always research before adopting, because then you just want a good match for your family.
Right, interesting.
You know, something that I have observed, I've never owned a puppy myself, but I've known folks who have, and I mean, they seem to just, puppies and younger dogs with high energy just seem to go, go, go all the time. Is there, I mean, do they pace themselves at all? Do they know when it's time? Are they going to let their owners know when it's time to, okay, I'm done, I need to settle down a little bit now?
You know, that's a good question. Oftentimes, no, especially the younger puppy, just like the toddler, is going to go until they have the meltdown, which a puppy, you kind of need to nap them and let them know that it's time to, you know, rest their bodies and curb it a little bit and take a breather because they get overstimulated. Another point about that too, even with young dogs and middle dogs, in the winter you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the cues. I've mentioned this before of a dog showing signs of being cold. Sometimes they'll go to the door and wait and be ready to go in. Oftentimes they want to stay outside, but their bodies are reacting in a different way. If you see your dog laying down and licking their paws a lot in the snow, it's because they're getting snow and ice between their pads. That can be dangerous for their health and maintenance. A way to get around that is you can take your dog to the groomer at Dawg Dayz and you can have them trim, if they have long hair, you can have them trim some of that long hair, and that's going to stop those icicles that we call them in there. But that can be dangerous. They can get frostbite, like all kinds of stuff. So if you see them licking, that moisture is going to provide an area for more snow and ice to get stuck in there. So that's a good sign to kind of hit the road and get them back inside, is the point.
I think that's actually a good point, because a lot of times we think about the grooming being so important in the summer with the heat and the fur and all that kind of stuff, but actually there's some danger points to kind of observe throughout the winter.
Yeah, it's a full year process, maybe not as much when it's cold, but different things need to be given attention.
Interesting, that's good. Comfort of your dog, you gotta make sure you pay attention to that.
Absolutely.
Speaking of comfort of your dog, there are some fun items here that may attribute to the comfort of your dog in the winter. So show off some of this stuff for us. Let's start with this one, I love this.
Okay. All right, so these are made by our wonderful manager, Danielle. She is starting her little side business. She's selling these things at Dawg Dayz, or you can contact her, custom made, homemade, knitted by hand.
This is adorable.
This is a dog sweater. And it actually, they stretch very nicely, very, very warm. She can use any kind of yarn, wool, or, you know, whatever you choose, colors, everything.
Can you just imagine the pup in here? I mean, I'm just envisioning it. It just would be so cute.
So there's many other things that Danielle also makes.
Okay.
I'm fashioning one right now. This was the first thing she made, I believe. So this is what's called an infinity scarf, so it doesn't have the long ends. It just wraps around as many times you need. You can put it up on your head.
Can you believe that was the first item?
I know, and it's so perfect.
I know, she
does
doing
a
such
very
great
nice job.
job. Yeah.
She's a natural at it. I'm very proud
And
of
I
her.
have to say, these are really warm.
Yeah, these are pretty warm. I like
Yeah.
this.
I mean,
You got
we're
a little
inside,
bit more of a bouncy tassel than
Yep,
I
Well,
those
I'm
are a
very
new edition.
fashionable, Justin.
Yes, those are a new edition.
So this is the fashion edition,
That's
but if you want the basic, you can get the basic
I'm
as well.
basic.
So she does lots of infinity scarves. Also, there is nice little washcloths, and she's doing hats,
Oh,
as
how
you see.
cute. Yes.
These are kind of like a headband thing that you can do right here for your ears. She's
Oh,
also
those are
making
fun.
fingerless gloves, is what they're called.
Oh,
So it's like a
cool.
mitten here and then with a glove, and then
Yeah.
it leaves your
If
fingers
you're
with
walking the dog,
ability to.
you want a little
Yes,
extra,
and then you
yeah.
need some, to do the leash and all that
Can
stuff.
we talk about the bones really quick too while we're on the topic
Yes.
of all these items? So tell me about these. These are homemade.
So these are homemade by Becca, another staff member at Dog Days, and for sale there. So they're, oh my God, they're
Are you
so
gonna
good
eat
and
one?
so safe and wonderful. Basically,
hoping
they're like
this would happen.
a cookie without the sugar. So that one has, I think, sweet potato and bacon.
Sweet potato and bacon is what this is.
And otherwise, it's just flour and the cookie stuff without the sugar. So it's very healthy. And as
Actually
you
smells
see,
good.
You have
delicious.
to do
and
this
Justin
while
is
you
gonna-
eat it.
I miss the sugar, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
how natural they are.
Yes.
So
the
you saw
dogs
here
love
on
them. They eat them up like
Wisconsin
crazy.
Family.
You can also order them through Dog Days and Becca, or they're for sale. They're on the shelves. And then she also does these cute little layered ways that with the kids you can put everything together and make cookies. That's
Yep.
for people because it has
cute.
M&Ms, but she does them for dog treats too. That you end up with something like this with the right cookie cutters. So I'm really proud of my staff. They just do such wonderful, creative
how fun
things
is
and
that?
local handmade gifts or stuff for yourself or your dogs. There for sale at Dog Days.
So you are our local expert, but you have a fabulous staff that is multi-talented, and all this stuff is available at Dog Days.
Yes.
This one will be at a 10% discount because there's one missing. Just kidding. Just teasing. Well, thank you so much.
Emily Ruzicka from
welcome.
Dog Days Grooming Care, thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Wisconsin Family.